All right, so let's start building out our RedTrack campaign. We have added all our traffic channels, we've added in our offer sources, we've added our landing pages, we've added our offers. It's now time to build out the campaign and get ready to launch. So, left-hand menu again, campaigns, and this time new, okay? And here we have a bunch of stuff, and most of it we don't need to ignore. And I actually see some new stuff, which is pretty cool. Or most of it we don't really need to mess around with. So let's see, the name is as per. I want to know, we'll actually call it the way the Americans spell it, Brain Savior. And I think I might need to change that on my landers as well, an offer name. So Brain Savior is our offer name, okay? I usually do like to run the ad account name as well. So I think for this one, we're going to be using Fo1C. Again, feeling superb.club. Always want to make sure I know what domain we're running in this ad account or campaign. And today's date, which is 18th of the 4th, 24. And that's pretty much it. Again, you know, I want my labeling clear, concise, and structured. I know what offer we're running in this campaign. I know what ad account we're running it in. I know what domain we're running with it. And I know what date it was launched on. Just an example again. Let's say in a few months' time, another brain offer comes up and we want to dig back into when we were running, you know, a brain offer. So an easy way of doing that is, okay, we were running Brain Savior. Well, let's type in Brain Savior into our RedTrack dashboard. It's going to bring back all of the campaigns labeled that way, whatever keyword you're searching. That allows us then to be able to easily see which campaigns were doing what, running what offer, which ads were working in, which landers were working, etc., right? All right, so we've got that. Traffic channel, I'm going to select the Facebook traffic channel that we're running. Domain, I want to make sure we're running Feeling Superb. We've got to make sure that our landing page is matched up with the tracking domain. We can ignore the campaign cost for the time being. Redirect, we've got to save the campaign. I think this just stays. The issue is now, because I literally just clone campaigns, I never really create them from scratch. It's been a while since I've created one, but I think we just leave it as redirect. Regular redirect, you can do meta refresh. Again, I don't think we need to do anything with this either. You could do if you wanted to make sure you were hiding where the traffic was coming from. If you were running to a certain network that you were suspicious that they were trying to spy on where your placements were, which sites you were sending traffic from. Okay, so then funnels, what we want landing to offer, okay? And we need to add a landing page, and we need to go and find our landing page, headline 1, and then again, Brain Savior, headline 2. I'm going to leave the weight at 100, okay? This means that basically it's just going to split evenly. If I wanted more traffic to go to LP1, I could say 75 here, 25 there. Okay, so split that 100, 73 quarters going to LP1, a quarter going to LP2, or 40, 60, however you want to do it. Or if you had 3 pages, you could do 40 to one page and then 30 to the other 2. Right? Now, if you leave your landers at 100, it means it's just going to be split evenly, okay? And for us, that's all we want. Then we're going to put Brain Savior MW. And I think we are good to go there. I don't play around with the auto-optimize button too much. This basically means that if you add certain paths, as in like you could add another path and et cetera, or if you had multiple landers, multiple offers. Auto-optimize basically means that this would optimize based on how many conversions, etc., and then obviously decide which, go heavy on landing page 1 or heavy on offer 2 or whichever way round, right? I've never used that. Obviously, there's benefits to it. Again, being hands-off, which is a huge benefit. But for me, I do want to manually control which landers and offers are getting the traffic. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it on that front. So if we save this, we can see our campaign there. And then we've got our campaign URL here, okay, which we can select and copy and put into the ads manager as and when. We also want to make sure auto update cost is selected, because that means that our cost in the campaign is going to be auto updated depending on what tier you are with RedTrack. It can be every 30 minutes. It could be every 5 minutes. I have every 5 minutes, so I've got up-to-date cost reporting and also the rules kicking in every 5 minutes, especially at scale. So it's pretty important that you have, the quicker the better. As we see with our message testing, when we've got a slightly higher budget with the message testing traffic campaign, and we're turning ads off at 400 impressions inside Facebook, an hour can run up 2,000 or 3,000 impressions, which is, 6-7 times as many as what we want, right? So again, we can sort of cut that time. We can't do rules based off of impressions from RedTrack, but we can based off of conversions and ROI and all that good stuff. So I do like the rules, which we will have a module on its own. All right, so we click that and we copy our URL, our campaign URL. Just make sure everything's saved. Again, for these tabs here, we'll quickly walk through them. Again, I don't use them. I don't add creatives in here. I don't really want to sit, RedTrack to see exactly what we're running. Not that they're going to take it, but who knows, right? They've got a ton of data to be looking at, so it would make sense for them to be utilizing that data. Custom payouts, again, I don't actually know what this is. I've never used it before. I feel like it's quite a new feature. So it looks like you can add payouts based on geos. So if you've got a CPA payout or CPA offer that has different payouts based on geos, MaxWeb will sometimes do this as well. Top tier countries, US, UK, Australia could have a slightly higher payout than, European or Latin American, South American countries, etc. So I guess that's what this place would be. Update costs, if you wanted to do it manually, we're not, because we've got auto update costs on. And throttling looks like a new one as well, but we can't access it, so I don't know what that is. Anyway, we are good with what we've got on this page. I just wanted to flick through and just tell you that I didn't know what these were for. Okay, so we're good there. We've saved. We've got our campaign URL. We can close this and end the video, because in the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to build out our message testing campaign. Final thing before we shut this video down, we need to make sure that this funnel works. So I've got my campaign URL, and we have to go through it as if we were going through it from the user's point of view. So we open this page. This is page 2. Scroll down. We can see our buttons. We can hover over them and see that we've got the click call to action, hyperlink. So everything looks good there. And I'm going to click through one of them and make sure that we go to the offer, which we do. And we've got our affiliate ID. Everything's there, which is perfect.
Tell me if this sounds familiar.
And then we can go straight into that. So, yep, everything looks good to me. We can close this and we can start building out the campaign.